We have a super chat.
We do. We want to give a shout out to Matthew Valentine. Just call in. So keep grinding. Keep bringing the smoke. You know, we want all the smoke. And I'm going to give him a hashtag bomb squad.
Man, that was the weakest bomb squad I ever heard.
I didn't want to bust the mics. I didn't want to bust the mics.
Let's not do that.
Expensive mics. So like I had to restrain myself a little bit. Now I appreciate it without, you know, saying what I need to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's get back to the topics real quick. Appreciate it, Matthew. Appreciate it, Swag. You know what I'm saying? We trying to be swagged up like
OG
you. You know
swag,
that.
OG.
So where we at?
Yeah.
So what we were talking about, the tank. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic.
I think we kind of wrap that up. So we're gonna move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Right now we
so DAZN.
DAZN, yeah.
They had you know, obviously they interviewed Andrade after the fight. I don't know. I'm not sure who the commentator is, but when he interviewed Andrade, the interviewer he mentioned Charlo. And I'm like, you know what? That's been the elephant in the room in the media for a minute, so as you should. But how you gonna ignore the fighters on your own network? The Canelos of the world. Canelo looking for an opponent as we speak. Gennady Golovkin doesn't have an opponent as we speak. He might fight his opponent that's 25-1 underdog, but this guy, the interviewer, he's gonna talk to Andrade and not ask him about Canelo or Gennady Golovkin. But he gonna mention Charlo. Now picture this. Let's say Errol Spence is getting interviewed on PBC. And they interview Errol Spence and be like, you know what? And they never ask him about Manny Pacquiao, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, and he haven't fought none of those guys yet. But they ask him about Terrence Crawford. People are gonna look at them sideways like, what? What about the people on your own network? So his own network is shitting on him.
Really?
If you look at it that way, because I remember when Gennady Golovkin, when he had his last fight, and Andrade hopped in the ring, and this interviewer ignored Andrade while he was in the arena and never asked Gennady Golovkin about Andrade. And they waited till they finished the interviews, and then Andrade went to Gennady Golovkin and took a selfie with him and all that. And that's when Gennady Golovkin told him, I'm gonna fight you if you know, if I don't fight Deveryachenko next. Now he ain't fighting Deveryachenko nor Andrade. Canelo ain't fighting Andrade nor Charlo. But what I'm saying is, how you explain and justify DAZN not mentioning Canelo or Gennady Golovkin, but they want to mention a fighter from a different network, Charlo. So they want the fighters on the coincidental list to fight each other, aka the murderous row, and the fighters on the hope list to fight each other, aka Gennady Golovkin and Canelo. Is that the plan?
Maybe, but I thought the DAZN might have been looking out for him, because
looking out for who?
Looking out for Andrade.
How they looking out for Andrade when they didn't even mention Gennady Golovkin or Canelo?
Because he fought some dude named Keeler, and they was like, there's no way that this fight is gonna prepare you to fight
because
Triple G or Canelo.
Because unlike Canelo though and Gennady Golovkin, you got to keep in mind, Andrade can't get anybody in the ring with him. Gennady Golovkin is avoiding the best competition to cherry pick. Andrade is not doing that. He fighting Keeler.
It might be some cherry.
He fighting Keeler because he don't have nobody else to fight. So name me a fighter that he could fight other than Keeler. Like, just please name me a top name that said yes to fight him. So what I'm saying is, he had to fight Keeler to stay busy in case Canelo or Gennady Golovkin grow some cojones to fight him. So what I'm saying is this: how you justify that? Like, how you even justify his own network basically throwing him under the bus?
Maybe, but he kind of helped though, because they asked him who they wanted to fight, and he said Billy Joe Saunders.
Because he tired of calling out Canelo. He told him grow some cojones and nothing happened.
Well, I mean, I think part of it comes up to him. So to me, he mentioned Billy Joe Saunders, and then the other guy brought up Charlo in a sense. But if you get this stage, you get opportunity. Even though they were fighting on a Thursday night, it was kind of weird. But he said
because of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was because of the Super Bowl, but he was like, I want to fight Billy Joe Saunders.
Because like that's possibly the only option that's available. He tired of calling out Gennady Golovkin and Canelo. But what I'm saying, the interviewer ignored them guys. Forget Andrade. Andrade did what he was supposed to do. Because people, like you said, oh, you know, who did he fight Canelo, right? Well, he calling out Saunders and Charlo and all these guys to hope that these guys will grow the cojones to fight him. All I'm saying is,
hope it'll build his profile though.
I have the issue with DAZN. Like, that's their own fighter, and they rather not mention Canelo and Gennady Golovkin and thus possible opponents on their own network, but they want to talk about Charlo. Why y'all worried about Charlo when y'all don't own Charlo? Worry about making fights on your own network. It's like PBC letting Errol Spence call out Terrence Crawford, and they rather make that fight than Sean Porter and Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't make dollars. But because Andrade is a threat to these fighters on the hope list, they don't. I'm assuming DAZN don't want Andrade to mess up the bag because they paid Canelo too much.
I think he's a threat to anybody because nobody's called him out. Jacobs, I don't think, has called him out. Charlo doesn't call him out. Triple G doesn't call him out.
I think Charlo will be the first one to step up.
You think so?
I think Charlo, because I heard he might fight Banks or Andrade. I think 2020 he fights Andrade. That's what I'm thinking. He has to because
I can see that.
There's no other.
Part of it is that they've kind of run out of options. So
yeah, and Charlo did not run out of options because he got Banks, he got Benavidez, he got Deveryachenko. He is not running out of options. On the other hand, is Andrade. He has all the options in front of him. But DAZN, just like HBO back in the day, the way they were hiding Gennady Golovkin, the way they were basically praising these fighters on the Gotti list, aka the Hope list. That's what DAZN is doing. Because why are they doing Andrade greasy like that? When that's their own fighter fighting on their own network, ignoring the elephant in the room, that's Canelo and Gennady Golovkin. So like I said, it's just mind-boggling to me because, you know, if it makes sense, it makes dollars. And that fight makes sense and dollars. And
which fight?
Andrade versus Canelo.
Canelo?
You know, versus Andrade, can you hit the bell because we about to hop into the next. But that being said, you know, the welterweight division is the hottest division in boxing, and this is definitely the hottest boxing debate show out there. So tune in every Sunday live. Of course, to my left, the one and only Professor Nam. You know what I'm saying? Today, I don't think it was a split decision. Y'all comment if y'all think it was a split decision win or a knockout win for AkHi, or Professor Nim, whoever y'all picking, hashtag AkHi, hashtag Professor Nim. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Subscribe below if you're trying to get smart about a minute. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't. And listen to these casual fans. Of course, on Split Decision, we offer the book of the truth. So if you do open the book, that's exactly what you get, is Split Decision. So that being said, tune in every Sunday live by clicking on the notification bell to get notified every time we post or go live. If you want to attend the AkHi University, for all the casual fans that want to be hardcore, you know, come to the AkHi University. We have real life professors like Professor Nam teaching for free. All you have to do is subscribe, you know what I mean? So that being said, I appreciate every single one of y'all.